Welcome to another MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
Karen, what is this episode about?
Vocab number 2.
Right, so we just did one on Vocab, just regular concert Vocab. Obviously, Vocab number 2.
So we had a list of words and we had too many to go over in the first one, so this is part 2.
Yeah, we did like 5 words at most.
Yeah.
So we'll see how many we get through. We have more than 5 to get through today.
We might be doing part 3.
Yeah, there's going to be a part 3 for sure. Let's start the timer now. Okay, so the first one is venue.
Venue. We say this a lot.
We do say this a lot. I always think it's like very normal.
I feel like it's normal too, but maybe not.
Maybe not. But the venue is just the physical location that the show is going to take place.
Yeah. So when we talk about venue, it might be like a concert hall. It could be a stadium. It could be a arena.
Wherever the concert's
festival.
at.
Yeah.
Right. The next term then that goes along with venue is doors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Doors are when the doors open to the venue before the show starts.
Yeah, a lot of times on your ticket it'll say like doors and have a time, or sometimes online it'll say that, or there's just a time and we assume that's
typically if you're lucky it says both time and doors. If it's just the time, that is more times than not the time of the show.
The show, not doors.
Doors is then going to be an hour typically before. Not always. It varies venue to venue, show to show. It's very confusing. It's a little frustrating, honestly. My rule of thumb is on the ticket, the time that's listed is the show time. Doors is then an hour beforehand.
Yep.
So when you say doors, like what time do the doors open? That's what doors mean. Just short.
Well, we don't even say what time did the doors open. We just say what time are doors.
Exactly, but that's what it means. Like,
oh, okay. Okay. You said you say what time did the doors open?
What time are doors is shorthand for.
Yeah, that's not how you said it. But anyways, let's go into the next one. Yeah.
Trying to roll faster here. And speaking of roll, because it starts with an R and sticking on theme of venue, we have the rail.
How's that have to do with rolling?
I don't know. The R. I said that.
Oh,
the R.
okay.
The rail. What is rail?
So rail is like the first row of GA by the stage. And generally there's like a barrier there or something there to keep the crowd from going to the stage in most venues. Right.
So that's true. In most like smaller clubs. We have a cat that's attacking us.
Yeah. He wants dinner. Anyways.
Anyway. In smaller venues, you just have the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And if it's like a bar or something, a stage, you can walk up as close as you want. If you're seeing a band that's touring, you'll typically have a rail, which is, as you said, a barrier. Yeah. And they're like security is between the rail and the stage.
Yeah. So when we're talking about it in podcasts, that we'll say like it's not like you're going to get rail, meaning like there's already too many people in the venue for you to get to the front of the stage.
Exactly. Those people showed up hours and hours before doors.
Yes.
To get rail.
Yeah. So like thinking about a lot of Metallica shows, like when we saw Metallica in Vegas last year, 2022, right?
Yeah.
So I was in line for merch and people were talking about being at the venue at 6 a.m. so they could get rail for Metallica.
In the line for doors.
Yes.
As soon as those doors open, you're rushing to the rail.
Yes.
So you can ride the rail all night long.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's what we mean when we say rail.
Right. Bill. What is bill?
Well, you have bill as the acts that are playing. I don't really say that. I say lineup.
So, all right, that's another term, lineup.
Yeah.
The bill is the lineup.
Yeah, yeah. I think you've said bill a few times, but I normally don't say it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a term I use the most. Lineup for sure is the term I'll use. But a synonym, I guess, then is definitely bill.
Yeah.
Which is just the lineup or who's playing.
Yeah, and it could be a song, a word that you hear throughout the night or something. So.
Yep. And then in terms of lineup and the bill, there are 2 types of acts or bands. There's either your openers or your headliners. Openers, of course, are the ones that are not headliners. Headliner is... It's a weird thing.
Great definition there.
It's a weird thing. The headliner is the top of the bill or the top of the lineup. This is the closing act of the night.
Generally who you're there to, well, not always, but like generally the lead of the tour and like who most of the people are there to see.
The biggest band at the time.
Yeah.
this is Slipknot's Knotfest tour. Slipknot will be the headliner.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 3 Days Grace. They're not going to close out.
Oh my God, could you imagine? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's not going to fucking happen. The only band that's probably going to close out a Knotfest would be Metallica.
Maybe.
But that's the kind of thing,
saying.
right? Where it's like the headliner is the top of the bill. It's who the show is basically named after. You'll have co-headliners. That's a new thing that we're experiencing lately.
Yeah.
A lot more co-headliners where it might flip back and forth between one or two acts. And then your openers are basically any of the bands that are not the headliners that are opening the show for you. Next, we're going to get into sort of stage direction. And this is true, I think, for like plays and musicals and operas and everything. It's just a theater concept, I think.
Okay.
And that's stage right, stage left, and center stage. I always struggle with this because I always also have to like throw my hand up like, yep, that's L, that's the left. That's not L, that's a right. But stage left and stage right. Stage left is you say it from the performer's perspective. So stage left is the performer's left. From an audience perspective, it's your right. Stage right's reverse. It's the performer's right-hand side. It's the audience's left-hand side. Center stage, the center of the fucking
the
stage.
Easier one, yeah.
The straight, it's just fucking, it's center, right there.
Yeah, when we would talk about stage right, stage left, especially when we started the podcast, like I hadn't heard those terms before.
Oh, really?
So I thought it was very weird when you would say it. I've heard it more now, but I would just always, and it not confuse me. It's just you have to think about it before you say. I have to think about it before I say it.
I forgot to bring it up during one of the last podcasts. I think it was Motionless in White, but their sound check guy came out and he's like, mic check. This is stage left. This is stage left. People, this is the left side of the stage. Even though he's on like the right, like our right hand. Like I made me laugh.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but yeah.
When the sound check and mic check people come out and like they have fun with it. Anyway, we're almost out of time.
Yeah, so let's save we'll do a part 3.
We'll do part 3? Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise we're going to be in the middle of a word when
that's true.
ends, so.
I think that's a good spot to end.
Yeah, so basically we talked about venue.
The venue, yeah, and the setup of the venue.
Yeah. Seats. Those are seats. We talked about pit last time, so
we did.
Seats are seats.
And now we're officially at time, so we can wrap it up instead of just less bantering and bullshit.
Bye.
No,
I'm just joking.
This was the second part of this vocab series. We have a few words left, a few we need to write down and put in here.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot more we don't know, and we're learning as we continue to go to live shows.
What's a word that we should add to the list?
Definitely throw more up there.
Put it in the comments.
Sure.
And like and subscribe while you're at it.
Don't. Bye.
Bye.